Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jukebox Junkies, a podcast where we discuss music industry trends, topics, and pop culture moments. I'm Dylan, and I'm here again with, of course, Chelsey. And on today's episode, we will be discussing the Grammy nominations now that the Recording Academy has unveiled the nominees in all 83 categories. So, how are you, Chelsey?
I'm good. I'm a little overwhelmed with this conversation we're about to have, but other than that, we are good to
Yeah.
go.
I don't know how to answer that question right now. So I will say my predictions were kind of very wrong in a lot of categories.
But you had a lot of the right people,
I did. Let's just start talking with like the general field. So the first one, so I have the list like pulled up right in front of me, right on Grammy.com.
Oh, I'm looking at it too.
Okay, so let's just start with record of the year. We have Black Parade by Beyonce, Colors by Black Pumas, Rockstar by DaBaby and Roddy Ricch, Say So by Doja Cat, Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Circles by Post Malone, and Savage by Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce.
Such a good list. When I read this, I was super excited.
Let me just say before we say anything else, The Weeknd is not nominated in a single category.
You know what? I did not realize until you just said, but you're right. He's not. Ha! Told you, Blinding Lights is awful, man.
I know. I was just so because you heard how confident I was that like Blinding Lights is going to be the runaway winner.
And the more I thought about it, and the more like I looked at things, I was like, maybe Dylan's right. Maybe Blinding Lights is gonna stand a chance, but nope.
We
forgot about nominated. Beyonce though. That's the problem.
Did. And I guess I need to look into Black Pumas more because they're all over this nomination list.
I don't even know who that is.
I've only ever heard of them one time when they were nominated for Best New Artist last year, but like I don't know anything about them.
Right. What even kind of music do they make? We don't know.
I don't know. I genuinely. I think maybe like a reggae kind of sound, I think is what they do. I think.
That's cool. I like reggae.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look into that more.
Dude, Dua has some heavy competition on this list right now. Everything I Wanted, I completely forgot about. I was like, just boom, forgot about Billie Eilish, and I shouldn't do that.
I know. I didn't think Everything I Wanted would be in Record of the Year. I think I had it on my list for Song of the Year.
Yeah, I think you did.
But not Record of the Year.
Well, I love that video, though. Have you never watched the video?
Oh yeah, I like the video a lot. I think on my predictions list, I had Everything I Wanted in the Video of the Year nomination prediction. Beyonce's on here twice, which is also very, very uncommon in like Record of the Year and Song of the Year for an artist to be nominated in two songs in the same category.
All right, so of the official list, who do you think is going to take home the Record of the Year win?
So since Blinding Lights isn't here, and also The Bigger Picture by Lil Baby isn't here, two that I thought were kind of the more front runners, I think I'm leaning towards Circles by Post Malone, but it could also go to Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Those are kind of my top two.
For sure. Man, this list is hard. Rockstar, Say So, everything that we talked about, we knew these people were going to get nominated, but putting them all against each other and seeing it like in the category list makes it real. So I guess my top two, Don't Start Now, Dua Lipa, and we're going to go Say So with Doja Cat.
Yeah. I think that'd be a safe pick. I think I'd be really surprised if Say So won, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I feel like Beyonce is going to end up taking it home one way or the other, though.
It very well could be. I was just looking up. I think she's the most nominated artist this year.
Oh, yeah. She had 9.
Is that what it was? 9?
The article on Variety said she had 9 in total.
Did it say how many Taylor Swift had? Because she was all over the list, too. She must be, if she's not 9, but she has to be close.
She's very close.
I bet it's like 6 or 7. Okay, so let's go Album of the Year, which, in my opinion, is the most shocking category. Let's just go down the list. It's Chilombo by Jhené Aiko.
Hey.
Black Pumas by Black Pumas. Everyday Life by Coldplay. Oh, how do you say that? Jessie, Volume 3
Yeah, that'd be
The
my
D
best bet.
Silent by Jacob Collier, Women in Music Part 3 by Haim, Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa, Hollywood's Bleeding, Post Malone, and Folklore Taylor Swift.
I love this category so much because the last three were the only ones that we really talked about.
They
We
were,
didn't touch on any of these other albums, and I love Janae's
no.
album.
Mhm.
I am always here for him getting a nomination of any sort, but also Coldplay. Their album was very different from a lot of the things they put out. Did you listen to it?
So I'm trying to think. I'm sure I knew Coldplay released an album because I know they released new music this year. I feel like I've never heard of this album before, which I'm sure I have. I just don't remember. And I'm a big Coldplay fan, so I'm definitely gonna have to go listen to this now.
Right. But so, like, really, the last three, though, Future Nostalgia, Hollywood's Bleeding, and Folklore, that's your more mainstream artists, shall we say.
I think we even said on our last podcast that those were the three that we thought had the biggest chance. It could go to any one of them.
For sure.
But obviously, I think especially that since The Weeknd and Harry Styles and Roddy Ricch, like they weren't included in this, I really truly think Folklore by Taylor Swift is a front runner here now.
Oh, yeah. Folklore. I guess my top two are going to be Folklore, and then we're always going Year of Dua, Future Nostalgia. But honestly, Posty has a really good chance here. That album is solid, man. It's solid.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens because I think it's gonna be between Dua, Post, and Taylor in a lot of these bigger categories.
For sure, for sure. Just touching back on everyday life, it has Trouble in Town and Arabesque and When I Needed a Friend. There's a lot of like almost skit type songs on it. It's very
Hmm,
different for Coldplay, and I know that they're not really contained to one genre per se,
right.
but it's almost most of their stuff's a little poppier. This is very, very alternative and almost edgy in a sense.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
a little bit of like you can hear some bluegrass in it and like just it's a decent album. I don't think it has a chance to win up
No.
against these competitors, but it was nice to see it in the nominations list.
Is the song "Orphans" on Everyday Life?
Yes.
I did really like that song from earlier this year.
And it's a two-part album. So
Oh, really?
there's 16 songs, but it goes 8 and 8, so you're supposed to listen to it like a two-sided record.
Oh, okay. Okay, so song of the year. Do you want to go ahead and read off these nominees?
Sure. We have Black Parade, we have The Box, we have Cardigan, Circles, Don't Start Now, Everything I Wanted, I Can't Breathe, and If the World Was Ending.
So right off the bat, I'm very happy but very shocked that "If the World Was Ending" by JP Sachs and Julia Michaels is here.
I love this song so, 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 so much. I feel like it's very fitting for 2020 and the
Yeah,
coronavirus and everything that we've been going through. And it has just kind of been my personal anthem. So I was super happy to see it on this list. I know it doesn't have the power that some of these other songs do, but
yeah, and I'm a big Julia Michaels fan. Like anything she does, I listen.
I was just about to say a win for Julia.
One of my all-time favorite songs is her song "Uh-huh."
Hmm.
And she's so underrated. She should be, I know she's obviously very famous. She should be like A-list, super, super everywhere all the
I
time.
agree. I agree.
Because I absolutely love her. So if the world was ending, it's a good song. It's not my favorite song at all by Julia, but I am more than happy to see it here.
Oh, but they're a couple in real life, dude. Come on. You got to go for
Yeah.
that a little bit.
So we had talked about what the chances of the bigger picture by Lil Baby and I Can't Breathe by her were, and how the Academy was going to handle like the Black Lives Matter movement and different racial injustice topics and just everything that's happened in 2020, basically. And so her I Can't Breathe is here, which is obviously very welcome, but a little surprising because I had said that I thought it might be Lil Baby instead.
Right, but Lil Baby, he did get some nods here and there with the bigger picture.
Yeah,
Um, I do feel like if Song of the Year you said represents the songwriters, right? So if that's what this is, then I feel like I Can't Breathe as a much more fitting song for this category.
Right. So like under like Black Parade, all those names, that's everyone who
That's
helped to
everybody
write
that
the
worked
song.
on it.
Yeah, it's everyone who wrote it. Right. See, so looking at this, like I think my top contender again, I think Cardigan has a really good chance. But I think the top contender here is either Circles or Don't Start Now. I really think it's gonna come down to those two in record and song. It has to be one of those two.
Oh, I I tend to agree. I mean, I guess, and if it wasn't one of those two, my alternate top two would be Everything I Wanted and then The Box.
I think the box is surprising. It's surprising to me that the box is in song of the year and not record of the year because a lot of rap songs aren't typically in song of the year because normally they're more about the production quality. So I think I'm fine. Obviously, it's fine that it's here. Like I'm happy that it got a nomination, but I think it'd be an odd choice for song of the year because it's not really a song that the lyrics are that important. It's more
The melody
yeah, you know what I'm trying to
everything.
say?
Yeah, like I get you.
Hmm. Like to me, I feel like because Rockstar was nominated for Record of the Year, it's almost like they should have swapped Rockstar and the box because Rockstar's lyrics are more important. They drive the song more than the melody.
True
So
that.
I'm surprised they aren't swapped.
That is true. If we're speaking lyrical content, then The Box really doesn't belong here. I just like that song. So
Yeah. So before we move to Best New Artist, um,
I'm so
there
excited
are
for that one.
there are some snubs. Obviously, we talked about The Weeknd. Um, what about Fiona Apple? Like, she's obviously not like a huge A-list star, but she was predicted to be in a lot of these categories. And Album of the Year, especially, everyone thought Fetch the Bolt Cutters would be here, and it's not.
Fiona just doesn't carry that weight for me. I'm
No.
not really a partial person to talk to about this because I just really
Hmm.
don't care for her or her style.
Right.
You know, like I can listen to Kate Bush or anybody else with a similar style, you know? So
Yeah, I think what's surprising about Fetch the Bolt Cutters not being here, maybe they chose Hyam instead of Fiona Apple because they're like they're not the same, but they're like a similar
they're very
demographic.
similar.
But like I think Fetch the Bolt Cutters has like a 98% on Rotten. Is it Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that is. I was just really surprised. It was one that I thought was going to be here for sure.
Well, and I told you before, I'm usually the polar opposite of everybody. So it wasn't a big surprise
Yeah,
for me to not see Fiona Apple in the major category. She got a lot of nominations in like rock and alternative, I believe, but
yeah.
these major ones, I wasn't surprised to not see her. And just because, you know, like we forgot about Beyonce. I'm sorry, Queen Bee. I'm so sorry. You know, and Taylor, like it's hard for anybody to compete with Taylor, much less Fiona Apple.
There's just some of those artists when Beyonce has new music, Taylor Swift has new music, like Kendrick Lamar, Adele, like they're just kind
Right.
of on that level
Yeah.
that you kind of have to just assume they're going to be nominated, even if it's like the worst thing they've ever done. And there's another artist named Justin Bieber who we'll talk about in a minute, who I guess is on that level too because he's nominated a bunch.
Justin is totally on that level as a grown up man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This last album was his greatest. Let's talk
Oh,
about Best New Artist because I'm
okay.
super excited for this category.
Okay. So, best new artist, the nominees were Ingrid Andress, Phoebe Bridgers, Chica, Noah Cyrus, D Smoke, Doja Cat, K Tranada, and Megan the Stallion.
D Smoke in the building. I can't believe it. I love it so much. I'm here for it.
So, I don't know who D Smoke is.
Okay, so you need to watch the Netflix show with Cardi and Ti. My
Oh,
God.
he was found on that. I know what you're talking about.
What is it, Rhythm and Flow? Yeah, he was the winner.
That is so interesting. That was one of those shows I meant to watch and then I forgot about it and then it just kind of left my radar.
10 out of 10 recommend. I It's a great show. It's a great experience from start to finish. Like I learned a lot about Chance the Rapper. I didn't know much about him before, but like after that show, I really respect that man.
I like Chance the Rapper a lot. Also, Noah Cyrus.
Oh, I would so be here for Noah too. I love her.
I knew she was one of the artists that was submitted this year. Like I remember seeing some talk on like I think on, an article on billboard.com said that she was submitted, but it's kind of like how we talked about BB Rexa. She's been around for a hot minute, so it seems weird that she's there. I'm okay with it. I like Noah Cyrus. Also, side note, now Noah and Miley have the same amount of Grammy nominations because Miley has only been nominated one time.
Shut up. Miley's only been nominated once.
Yep, for Best Pop Vocal Album for Bangers a few years ago.
Wow, Bangers was great. I
Yeah.
lived for that era, but also the last one that I don't remember the name of the album, but with Unholy and Mother's Daughter and like Mother's Daughter isn't
Yeah.
shouldn't that have been eligible for this year?
Oh, yeah, it was eligible. She didn't get anything.
Lame. I love that video. See, these are thoughts I should have had when you were like, make your predictions. I should have been like
Right?
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. I think Miley, if her album is as good as Midnight Sky is and the new song Prisoner with Dua Lipa,
Oh, yes.
if she continues, if that album is as good as those songs have been, it will be here next year. Mark my words.
I really hope so. But also, Noah only has 2 albums out, so she's kind of still in that really early category, you know?
I don't know if she's actually released her full length debut album. I think they're
So it's just the one
EPs.
album, and then they're both considered EPs.
Maybe let me look it up real quick because I remember years ago she had announced it was going to be called NC-17. Yeah, she has not released an album. It's their Good Cry and the End of Everything. They're both considered EPs.
Okay.
Yeah, so technically not a debut album yet.
Right. So I would be here for Noah, but also D Smoke, man, he just when you watch the show, you'll learn more about him, but he is a very lyrical person. Like his lyrics are so strong. And then his when he puts visuals with it, like the man's a genius and he really deserves to be in this category. I don't know that he has the potential to win, but it is very nice to see them take notice.
Yeah, I am definitely going to go check out his music now because you have me very intrigued. Because so I will be honest, when they said D Smoke, I thought it was a typo and they meant to say Pop Smoke.
Oh no, they mean D Smoke. They mean D Smoke, man.
So obviously, I think the winner here will be Megan Thee Stallion.
See, I agree. I do feel like Doja Cat holds pretty good weight though.
I was just about to say, so at the American Music Awards the other night, Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, Roddy Ricch, Lil Baby, and Da Baby, I think, and Louis Capaldi, they were nominated for Best New Artist, and that's fan voted, and Doja won, which really surprised me. I thought Megan or Da Baby would have had that in the box.
Doja has that following, man. That's what I've been trying to say. She's got weight, and that's why it was surprising to me that you even started as like a YouTuber or TikToker or whatever it was.
So also in this category, they have Ingrid Andress. She is the country representative here, which surprises me that they went with Ingrid Andress over Gabby Barrett and Morgan Wallen.
Right. I feel like I recognize the name. I've probably listened to a song or two on iTunes, but
Mhm.
it's like yeah, Gabby Barrett and Morgan. They both carry more weight in this household than Ingrid Andress.
Yeah, and I feel like if they were going to pick one country representative, I would have thought it would have went to Morgan because of he had that exponential rise to fame. Like not many country artists can debut a song in the top 10 on the Hot 100, but he did. And he
For
has
sure.
that he's like that new wave country artist that I just thought that the Grammys would have wanted to recognize, but guess not.
Told you dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for listening to this episode of Jukebox Junkies. We have new episodes every week, so subscribe below and hit that notification bell so you know every time we post a new video. Let us know what you want to hear our thoughts on next. We can touch on just about anything in the music industry, even if we're not the most informed. We will still talk about it if that's what you want to hear. Also, I really want to know your thoughts on the Grammy nominations this year. Are you with Chelsey? Do you like Justin Bieber? Are you happy he's here? Are you like me, who's really upset about it? Also, where is the weekend? We want to know your thoughts. Are you upset that he was completely snubbed, or are you okay with it? I just want to know, so let us know below. And until next time, any parting words, Chelsey?
See you guys later.
Bye.